is Fred Warner the best linebacker in the game right now?
Yeah, it's a good question. I would say no. I think he's top 2, top 3, and my esteemed colleague Vish is very, very passionate that the best linebacker is Levante David, and I'm more like the Rube who likes David's running mate, Devin White. People say that Devin White isn't as good as in coverage. I don't know, man. I just feel like that guy. I haven't seen someone run and hit like that since Patrick Willis.
So
Devin White.
so basically, your guys is like 1 and 2 is Levante David and
I
Devin White.
but I mean, Warner's great. And a lot of what makes him great is intangible things, how smart he is, how he gets the team lined up, how he's a quarterback on the field. Does he run as fast as those two guys in Tampa? No. Does he hit as hard as those two guys? No. Is he as good in coverage? Maybe better. I mean, he's right there. I just feel like if you're talking about those three guys, you really have to split hairs they're maybe probably all in the same tier. And then Bobby Wagner's right there too.
Exactly. You can't forget about Bobby Wagner. And then where would you throw Darius Leonard in that?
Oh, damn. Him too. Him too. Yeah. I mean, he's right there too.
Yeah.
He's right there too. Yeah. The 5 of them. The 5. They all have different strengths and weaknesses, but
I respect David a lot, Levante David. I mean, he was one of my favorite linebackers for a long time, still is. I wouldn't say he's
done it a long time.
Yeah, he's done it a long time. He's definitely in the top 3, top 5 conversation. I wouldn't say he's exactly the best. It's just kind of like recency bias, I would say. Like a lot of people are now finally recognizing him because the biggest problem with his career is that no one knew who he was because he was in Tampa. You know, the forgotten land, basically. So now he's been getting a lot of that recognition because of, how they went on that run this last
year. Yeah. Because Brady's there. Everyone's like, wait a second. Who's on this
look
defense?
how good this guy is and how good that guy is. Since Brady's there.
Absolutely.
So I'm not sliding him. Like I said, I still think he's top 5, but I don't know if I would call him the best.
But I don't know if you could take either Levante David and Devin White and put him in the Niners defense at middle linebacker and they could do everything that Warner does. And I'm not sure that necessarily you could take Warner and put him into their spot in that 3-4 and he could do everything that they do. But they're all great.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all about scheme fit and what are you asked to do in your scheme. That's also very important. Fred Warner is literally the quarterback of our defense. And
I'm not sure that David or what's his face White have the leadership that Warner has. Wagner does.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And another thing about Warner too is I think he's the best coverage linebacker in my opinion, because of what he's asked to do. He basically, when we do quarters or cover 2, he's basically the guy that covers the entire middle of the field on seam routes or just up
on those
middle.
Deep over routes. He has to pick those up. Now the thing about him is he doesn't play as much straight up man-to-man coverage as like Tart or like the safeties in the or even like Bowman and Willis back in the day. They kind of have him in zone, but he's so good. He's like Richard Sherman. He can sit there and read the play and see the pattern and kind of know where the ball. He can kind of break on stuff from zone before the receivers because he's so smart and he's seen the play and he does his film study. So he is great in zone. It's kind of specific how he does it, but it was specific how Sherman did it too, and it was a Hall of Fame career. So yeah, he is great at that. He has a higher Wonderlic score than probably most starting quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, which is crazy. I didn't know about that until you brought it up on your show a while back. I think Fred Warner definitely is, in my opinion, I think he's number 2. Whether number 1 can be, whether it's Bobby Wagner or, it's a couple guys you can throw in there, but I think he's top 2 for sure.
All right, man. I got to take the next call, but it's always a pleasure, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, see you tomorrow.
Great call, man.